Hey, let's talk about investments. So we know how important investing is. But when you look on our board right here, you may see words or concepts like municipal bond or HSA or annuity, and you may ask yourself, what is that? Well, before I became a financial advisor, I didn't know what these things are. It's confusing. So what we're going to do today is we're going to break this thing down for you in terms that you can understand so that you can make some decisions and start investing and creating wealth. Here with my man today. Take it from there.
Hey guys, so as you know, Joseph Dancer with Dana Ben Financial Group, and today partnering up with my guy Perry Jeffries here with
Diamond Equity Advisors.
Yep. And you guys, as you guys know, we talked about protection, debt management, emergency fund, and today we're going to discuss the big topic, investments. So, hey, scratch all of this, okay? We're talking in human terms.
Yeah, exactly, right? Exactly. Real talk.
So one thing about investments is if you're on a path to wealth, if you're on a path to build up, money long term, you definitely have to include investment as part of your strategy. And I couldn't think of anybody else but my man Perry here to talk about that topic.
I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Yeah, so investing is important. So you have, where you have to protect your assets. Mm-hmm. And I know Joe has probably covered that with you guys thoroughly. Yep. And in creating an emergency fund and whatnot. But after you've done those basics, how do you go about creating wealth? And the way to create wealth is not just savings, because you may not be able to keep up with inflation. If you're just putting money in a savings account, you might not be able to keep up with a 4% inflation rate because you ain't getting 4% on the savings account.
Exactly.
So you're going to have to understand investing. And we realize that sometimes we don't invest because it's confusing or we don't understand it. So Joe brought me in today to talk about investing and how we can make this thing simple so you can flow with it.
Right. So, what would you say is the number one thing about investment that people should, know if this is a path that they want to take?
Here's the deal. You're going to have to invest in something.
Right.
So whether you're investing in your business, mm-hmm. whether you're investing in real estate, right. whether you're investing in stocks or annuity or life insurance, you're going to have to invest in something. Right. Because wealth is created through ownership. So you have to own something. So whether you're owning a phenomenal insurance policy, whether you're owning a great stock fund, or whether you're owning real estate, you're going to have to invest in something to be able to grow your money and create wealth. Because without that, you may end up being paycheck to paycheck for a lot of years until you actually die.
Right.
Creating that by investing and creating that nest egg will allow you to, at some point in time, retire and become financially free. So the sooner you learn how to do it, the better off you're going to be.
Right. And what's your intake on how early do you think people should start?
Man, they should start as soon as they understand some concepts. So I did a piece here recently and featured my daughters, mm-hmm. and we were talking about savings, because with this being Financial Literacy Month, it's great for us to have this conversation.
Right.
My daughters have had their own savings accounts since they were 7 years old. Mm-hmm. Not an account that's in my name, their own accounts that they signed for. So they started out thin, but as they get older, they understand how to save, and then investing is an easy way to have that conversation, because now we can talk about investing as it pertains to them. So if they have a certain toy that they want to buy, well, who makes that toy, right? If we go into Wendy's or McDonald's or Chipotle, right. You know what? Who owns Chipotle? Hey, ladies, so now we weave that into the conversation while we're getting our burritos. Hey, would it be nice to own Chipotle? You think a lot of people come here?
Right.
They're like, yeah, it would be nice to own this.
Right.
Now we can have a conversation about the stock.
Mm-hmm.
Now we can have a conversation about how we can be an owner and not just a consumer, but also to be an owner.
Right. And the word stock, definition, don't go to Google or don't quote me on this, but it's literally owning something, owning a stake of something. Like you can either own the whole stock or you can own a portion of it, right? And really, that's all that it falls down to. So now let's talk about taxes.
Yeah.
While we're talking about investments, talk about taxes.
Yeah.
So I know we scratched that out, but look on the bottom, right? We have tax now, tax later, tax advantage, right? Forget all of this, like we said.
Mm-hmm.
On the tax now, it's usually the worst place to put money. Money goes in, it gets taxed.
Mm-hmm.
When it grows, it gets taxed. When it comes out, it gets taxed. Then you go to the tax later. That's where you have, where you can grow money. This is where you're actually doing something. It's actually better here. Money goes in, it's pre-tax, meaning you don't pay taxes on them. You get a tax break. When it grows, they allow it to grow, right? And when it's coming out, that's when you pay your taxes. And then you have the other side where you pay your taxes and whatever happened afterwards, you don't have to worry about it. So either way, you're going to pay your taxes. The most important piece is understanding how you're getting taxed, right? So,
I love this.
so I hope that, I hope you guys find this helpful.
Yeah.
We would definitely make more videos regarding investments, and we would talk about indexes, mutual funds, the list goes on, and break them down each one by one.
And I'll say this too, what's genius about this concept right here, Joe, and which I love what you did right here, is simple. So something you have to realize as we're talking about investing and also taxes. A lot of times we think about investing, people think, well, for me to retire, I got to put money in my 401k, right? Well, here's the deal. Your largest expense during retirement is your tax bill.
Right.
Right? It's your tax bill. So by having monies in different areas, so some tax later, some tax advantage, we don't know what tax rates are going to be in the next 10, 15, 20, 30 years.
Yes, that's
historically, a lot of people don't realize we've had tax rates as high as 70%.
facts.
So facts. So when you putting your plan together and you're figuring out how to invest, always have top of mind, which I love what you did right here, is keep in mind you want to have some money in your different buckets. And if you're concerned about taxes down the road, you need to make sure that you understand what's going on in these two areas. So I love what you did right there.
Awesome. So guys, like I mentioned, we're going to give you more value in the future. I will make videos talking about each indexes and what each index basically offers, and that will hopefully that brings value to you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next video. But hey, before you go, my man here.
Nothing but love, man.
Yep, check him out, man. Check him out. Perry Jeffries III, right?
The third, yes indeed.
Take care.